everybody, welcome back. During this series of videos, every possible kind of loss that you're going through will be covered. So there's videos for bereavement, there's videos for financial loss and bankruptcy, in fact for every kind of heartbreak that you could possibly be going through. But it's really important to understand that there are a set of universal tools that cover everything that you could possibly be going through. I like to call these my anti-spiral techniques. These stop things from getting worse when they're already bad enough. It's a little bit like your ABS on your car. Most of you will have probably already heard about some of these tools that we're going to be using, but just use this as a reminder because it's good to have your memory jogged sometimes. Also, when you're going through something awful, the spirituality tends to go out the window a bit and you sort of want to get off the spiritual bandwagon altogether. But for those of you who've never used these tools before, I promise you they're going to make a massive difference to your healing process if you use them. During the videos that follow, there may be a little bit of terminology that doesn't entirely make sense. We're going to be referring to ego a lot, and there's a misconception with ego and ego in spirituality. Often people think ego is an exaggerated sense of self. So, basically you think you're absolutely fantastic and have got dead big-headed. Most people don't want to be that person, but that's what we think ego is. Well, in fact, for the purpose of these videos, ego is a diminished sense of self. It's the part of you, that little voice that stops you from reaching your potential, that tells you that when you have a go at something, it's not going to work, or that you're not good enough, or basically, who do you think you are if you want to try and achieve greatness? So that's ego. If you remember it from that point of view, then you'll understand it as it's used in the videos that follow. Often during the following videos, you'll also hear me talk about energy. That's where you put your attention, basically, whatever you concentrate on. So if I refer to you putting your energies elsewhere or redirecting your energies, it means shifting your attention from what you're concentrating on to what you want to grow. We co-create our lives with the universe. We have as much of a part in how things turn out as the divine energy that created us does. So basically you now have a choice. You can stay down where you are, or you can choose to get up. And if you are choosing to get up, it's important to understand that you cannot ignore what's actually happened. It's not about missing that bit out. You still have to go through the upset. You still have to feel the grief, the anger, the fear, and even the resentment for what's happened to you. Any emotions that aren't allowed to flow through you will just stay stagnant in your body and cause more problems in your health later. So we've got to let those happen. Don't pretend you're okay when you're not. Allow this to come through you, but also make the choice to use your anti-spiral techniques and stop things from getting worse too. It's also important to recognise when your ego is talking to you during your process of healing. If you're getting thoughts or wanting to say things like, I'm done for now and my life's never going to be the same again, and I don't go outside in case the same thing happens again, I might as well not be here. Any of those negative thoughts or even phrases, it's your ego talking. It can also catapult you into victim mode, and you can start to think that you actually deserve this, that you're being punished, and that you must have done something terrible in another life to warrant this. None of this is true. You were given the choice before you were born, as we said before, to look at different scenarios to see how you can come through them. This is not punishment. This is just life, and you can come through it. You won't believe it today, but there is a reason behind most of what you're going through, a good reason that will teach you something or move you to where you really need to be. Now, I don't include your bereavement in that, because the loss of a loved one is devastating. And obviously, we know you come onto the planet one day and you leave another, and there's nothing we can do about that. But the other kinds of loss, they are all going to lead you to a better place. And I know that because the adverse set of circumstances that I've lived through throughout my life have always brought a gift. I totally believe that every knock has a gift behind it. It wouldn't be fair of me if I didn't actually ask you to look though, even though this is not your fault, what part of your life and your actions has led you here. But sometimes we do have to take responsibilities for making bad choices that lead us to where we are. I've learned over the years of working with spirit that if you swim upstream, life can be really difficult. But if you sort of kind of go with the flow and head where things feel right, it can be loads easier. So maybe in the situation you're in, you gave your power away. Maybe you let somebody else influence you. Maybe you went against your gut feelings. And maybe, you made choices that you know you would never make again. There lies one of the gifts for a start, because you know now never to ignore what your gut tells you. I've come across lots of people in my lifetime that have lost all their money, completely and utterly bankrupt, only to go along and make it all again, get it all back. It's because they believe in money. They actually resonate with money, even at a loss. The loss is usually to clear them away from a bad place and take them into a good one, and it's usually because they took their eye off the ball and changed their frequency for a while. It's the same with people who've lost love. People who lose love keep finding it again if they believe in love. If you believe that there's love available to you, then you'll find it again, even if this doesn't feel like it today. So what we have to do is we have to resonate at the same frequency of what it is you want to come back to you. So what do we do while things feel really bad? What are the anti-spiral techniques? What can we do to start to move our energy back into the direction of where we want to be and not where we are? So, step one then, you're going to allow yourself to grieve. You're going to go through the emotions, you're going to cry, you're going to swear, you're going to be angry, but you're not going to let it stop you from healing at the same time. You've got to care enough about yourself to make the choice to move forward. Don't listen to your ego anymore. This is not the end. This is the beginning of the next chapter.